Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be ranking the top 10 best shooting guards in my team, including gambling-only shooting guards. And I'm going to be honest, the shooting guard position is one of the very deepest positions in my team. It might be the deepest. I mean, the top 10 here is pretty ridiculous. There's a lot of really good cards that I left off this list entirely. That is how deep the shooting guard position is. There's like at least 20 different shooting guards that are competitive level shooting guards, and I'm only able to put 10 of them on this list. So I understand that y'all are probably going to disagree with a lot of the takes on this list. I will try my best to explain them as best as I can, but a lot of this is opinion because a lot of these cards are super duper close together. So with that being said, before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Help me push towards the 25,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day. I would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. So starting off with number 10, we are going to go with Mr. Brandon Roy. And Brandon Roy being at number 10 just goes to show how deep this shooting guard position is. I mean, it is absolutely stacked in a lot of ways. B-Roy at 6'6", 6'8" wingspan, super complete Hoff badges, elite defender, elite versatile card, has a movable enforcer. Really incredible all-around stats, a super nice release, pretty darn good fade, D-book dribble style. The one thing he doesn't have is an elite level escape. That's probably the main thing I would say is kind of a nitpick. He's really good and like very complete, very solid, but doesn't have like unbelievable size. Animation wise, definitely good, but I will say his upper feels a little with the fade. I don't know. He's good card, no doubt. Very, very good card. Like amazing card. It's just there's so many good shooting guards. Somebody's got to be number 10. Number 9 is Carmelo. You could probably argue Brandon Roy over Carmelo if you wanted to. The thing that Melo gives you is Hoff movable enforcer. Roy has that on gold. Melo's also a little bit bigger at 6'7" with a 7-foot wingspan, so I think he's going to be a little better all the way around defensively. Now, I will say Melo offensively is also not unbelievable movement-wise. Has Pro 2 fade, which is phenomenal. Kobe escape is good, but his behind the back isn't extraordinary. D-book dribble style is good, but not unbelievable. Release is super smooth and easy to green. Again, he's a phenomenal card, but again, when you compare to the best of the best shooting guard position, there's so many good shooting guards. It's hard to put him higher than number 9. Number 8 is going to be Jimmy Buckets. Jimmy Buckets just gives you that same elite level defense, really at an even higher level than somebody like Carmelo does. I think movement wise, Jimmy's a little better, and as a playmaker, actually, he also has all of the Hall of Fame defensive badges, Hoff and movable enforcer, all that type of stuff. Really great slasher, super fast, good shooter. The one nitpick with Jimmy is that his release is not top tier, but I actually like his D-book fade better than I like Brandon Roy's. I'm not entirely sure why, but I just do. He's got a pretty good escape. His pro escape is his own escape, the Jimmy Butler escape, which is actually pretty good. MJ dribble style, nice behind the back, very good at drag back. Steph, I mean, Jimmy's a dog, bro. He's really good. Honestly, putting him down at this low even feels kind of tough. But, I mean, again, this list is so deep and so good. Like, Vince Carter at number 6 is also really, really good. Sorry, at number 7. He's 6'6", so he doesn't have unbelievable size, but he's really, really complete defensively and badge-wise. Has phenomenal stats across the board. And, like, the fact that he's got all the Hoff badges defensively, Hoff movable enforcer and everything, like, his defense is so, so good compared to what you'd really expect. Sigs-wise, also pretty darn good. Good behind the back, Pro 2 fade. Like, honestly, I'm actually tempted to move him up a couple spots. Now that I look at it, he's even better than I can't though, because like I want to move Vince up. He's got really good animations all the way around, but I guess if you're nitpicking, the dribble style could be a little better. I don't remember what escape he has or what behind the back he has. I don't actually remember which one he has, but like there are things you could probably nitpick a little bit. His player build isn't the best. He may not be the greatest interior defender in the game, despite having really good interior defensive badges. Like, there are small things you could kind of nitpick a little bit if you want to, but I just think he's really good, and it almost feels too low to put him at number 7, but that's where I'm putting him. Number 6 is Kobe. Not that Kobe, sorry. Pink Diamond Kobe does not, unfortunately, crack this top 10 anymore. There's too many damn good shooting guards. But Opal Kobe has a movable enforcer. It has the same animations, has the completeness stat and badge-wise all the way around, and also has all the upgradability and everything. Amazing animations. The release on Very Quick, which is already one of the best releases in the game. I mean, Kobe is as good a primary scorer as any card in my team. I understand defensively he is not quite on the level of some of these other guys that are below him so far, but I think offensively there's just very few cards in the game that give you the overall playmaking and primary ball handling ability of Kobe. Y'all know what I'm talking about, man. He may not be quite as unbelievable stat and badge wise as some of the guys below him, but overall he plays better than almost anybody. He's phenomenal. Almost think Iguodala at number 5 is a teensy bit high, But Iggy is one of the best defensive cards that I have used all year. His Pro 2 fade, I think, is right there as one of the very easiest Pro 2 fades in the game, too. It feels freaking auto green for some reason. I don't really know why, but that man is phenomenal. And defensively, he's as good as it gets, obviously. His player build's, I mean, 6'6", but he's 6'11" wingspan. He's got a big player build. Like, he doesn't feel like he's 6'6", doesn't feel small. Overall, there's just nothing he doesn't do at a high level on the court, in my opinion. Even his release is very solid. His fade, like I said, is incredible. Shooting badges are great. He's super duper athletic and elite slasher, and puts the ball on the floor at a high level as well with good saves, good escape, good behind the back, good everything. Like, just a really good all-around card who, honestly, I don't know if people realize how good this Iggy card is still. I actually truly do prefer him. I have him and Jimmy. I prefer Iguodala to Jimmy personally, despite Iggy being an opal and Jimmy being a dark matter, because obviously card tier is not everything in this game. So I'm a big fan of Mr. Iggy, and I think, honestly, top 5 doesn't feel too high. Number 4. I think I'm going Scottie Pippen here. I know Pippen does not have the ball handling ability of some of the guys lower than him, but at 6'8" with a 7-foot wingspan, he's got elite level size and versatility defensively that is really, really valuable. Not to mention the fact that he is a phenomenal slasher. Still does have pretty good sigs, shoots the ball at a super high level, and super complete playmaking badge-wise. Obviously, at 6'8" with a 7-foot wingspan, has the size and has the defensive stats, 98, 99 across the board, to be unbelievable defensively. Super fast, elite shooter, elite dunker, Pro 2 fade, amazing catch and shoot release. The one nitpick is that his sigs are not insanely top tier, but again, is that big of a deal? I don't really think so. Just surround him with shot creation, and he can still, again, very much be a secondary, tertiary shot creator at a high level. And defensively, he's as good as it gets. Really, really good card. Only reason he's not higher is because the top 3 is just, I think, a different level. Again, remember, I don't even include 100 overalls on this list either, so a guy like T-Mac is not on this list at all. But we're on Artest, 6'7" with 6'10" wingspan. The thing about Artest that makes him so good is, yes, amazing badge-wise, yes, elite defensively, yes, incredible defensive stats, yes, he's very similar to Scottie Pippen, but he's basically, I think, very similar to Scottie Pippen size-wise, defensively, all that type of stuff, with a similarly elite release, Pro 2 fade as well, but most importantly, Trey escape, Jamal Murray behind the back, jaw wall drag back. So truly top tier sigs at a level that I would say a guy like Scottie Pippen just simply doesn't have. Even a guy like Iggy and Vince, and also not quite at that same level when it comes to their playmaking ability. I think Artest gives you the best mix of the playmaking, the defense, and the size of any of the guys that we've looked at so far, and I think that is enough to give him the number 3 spot on this list. Number 2 is Ricky Davis, mainly because he has actually perfect sigs, and while he's not quite as good defensively as Artest, I do think he's a little bit more complete, especially in terms of his offensive badges. I honestly like his release a little bit better than Artest, although Artest's release is also incredible. I just really do think Ricky Davis is a really, really good card as well. Like, I think definitely a top tier shooting guard. I think his playmaking ability is about as good as any in the game. Like, I think him having Kyrie dribble style, Francis size up is really useful. I know it's Kemba escape and not Trey escape, which I guess would probably be better in my opinion, but still, it's not a big issue at all, and he is certainly one of the very best cards in the game without a doubt. So, big fan, in all honesty, of what Ricky Davis gives you as a primary ball handler, but I will say it's pretty no-brainer still who the best shooting guard in the game is. As good as the position is, there's nobody better than 6'8" with pretty much every single Hall of Fame badge that is important, and Patty Mills-based Colin Sexton upper, the best release in the game, the best, really close to the best size and sigs. He has perfect sigs, Trey escape. He's got everything. Like, this card is about as good as any card in the game, and I think he's just a phenomenal option at shooting guard. He's probably the best card in the game right now, completely free as well. Really, the one thing that 2K has done a phenomenal job on is making SGA and especially Glen Rice as good as they are. Legitimately an endgame card. He will be right in the discussion for best shooting guard in the game for the rest of the year. That is how good that card is. So I think it's totally reasonable to put him number 1, and I don't think it's not even really particularly debatable. So that is going to do it for this video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.